Hey guys, it's Jenny Silver, and today I have a stimulus update for you on Monday, October 19th. I like to try to keep this as short and concise as I possibly can. Just the facts, just a quick statement of the most important things that you need to know in order to get you caught up to speed with what has been going on with stimulus this last week. Now, most likely I will release another update tomorrow once we have an update on exactly what is going on with the stimulus deadline tomorrow. Now, as many of you may already know, yesterday on Sunday, Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi issued a statement that she stated that the White House had 48 hours in which to agree upon a stimulus package. Now, with the election fast approaching, she stated this 48-hour deadline as the time frame in which a bill must be negotiated on, voted on in the Senate, voted on in the House, and signed by the president into law. Without completing these tasks, there will not be enough time leading up to the election in order to complete all steps that must be done in the process in order to agree on, vote on, pass, and carry out a bill. Negotiations for the stimulus package continued over this last weekend, in which Steve Mnuchin proposed to Nancy Pelosi some revised language in the amount of about $2 trillion on a stimulus package negotiation. Now, Nancy Pelosi issued to her Democratic colleagues in the House of Representatives a Dear Colleagues letter outlining several issues that were in this proposal. Now, one of the biggest issues that Nancy Pelosi had with the proposal that Steve Mnuchin brought to her was the language that had been changed and altered surrounding testing, tracing, and treatment. In her Dear Colleagues letter on October 18th, Nancy Pelosi stated, instead of recognizing the need for a strategic plan, they have changed words including shall to may, requirement to recommendation, and strategic plan to strategy. These changes make the funding a slush fund for the administration, which may grant or withhold, rather than prescribed, funded plan to crush the virus. Shall versus may are two entirely different things. One is optional and one is required. Recommendation versus requirement are the same situation. So she is advocating here to have the language of the bill changed so that it is a clear statement of what will be done with the funds and in what amount. In addition to the language of the bill, Nancy Pelosi also outlined several areas of key disagreement that still exist in this Dear Colleagues letter. It includes disagreements among testing, tracing, treatment, vaccine development, liability protections, child tax credits, child care, state and local funds, and school funding. Now, Nancy Pelosi's 48-hour time frame comes in just before Mitch McConnell's scheduled votes for two additional bills on the Senate floor. On Tuesday, Mitch McConnell has scheduled a vote on additional PPP funding, and on Wednesday, Mitch McConnell has scheduled a vote for the $500 billion skinny bill. Now, Nancy Pelosi and Steve Mnuchin had a phone call this afternoon. Nancy Pelosi's spokesman has stated that they continue to narrow their differences. The speaker continues to hope that by the end of the day Tuesday, we will have clarity on whether we will be able to pass a bill before the election. It is important to note that once Nancy Pelosi and Steve Mnuchin come to an agreement and the White House is on board and Nancy Pelosi is on board, if they are able to come to an agreement, that agreement must then be written into a bill presented in the Senate. Senate Republicans, specifically Mitch McConnell, the majority leader, have been very outspoken that they would not be in favor of approving a higher bill. However, Mitch McConnell said over the weekend that if Mnuchin and Pelosi come to an agreement, the Senate would, of course, consider it. In response to this Republican opposition to a larger bill, Trump told reporters on Monday that if a deal was reached, Republicans will come along. And then he declined to say if he had spoken with McConnell. So you guys, we will have to check in on the news tomorrow to see what the next update is regarding the 48-hour deadline. Okay, guys, I hope that was helpful. Please click like, subscribe, and leave me a comment down below. Anything that... So while these language requirements may seem at first glance as a small sticking point, they're actually, in fact, quite large and have quite big reproductions.
There's ants on the blanket.
Nora, I'm trying to work. What is it, Nora?
There's ants on the blanket.
There's ants on the picnic blanket? Yeah. They like picnics. The ants like picnics.
Pyramids.
You're playing pyramids?
But you have green eyes.
I have green eyes, you're right.